Actual fucking joke, dude. You guys are a joke of a company. Thank God I made it in the shitty game already, bro. Or I'd be fucking crashing. Like, actually, though.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of drama stirring up in the Fortnite competitive community, and we just had to touch over this topic, including disqualifications that were later reversed. However, they mentioned this during the NA Central Grand Finals and said that they would not be restarting Grands for those that were disqualified. There's a lot of news to talk about, including a lot of pros maybe not coming back to the game just because of this one tweet that they posted. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So some backstory: the reason why that these pros were banned was actually due to a drop calculator, which means it allows them a bigger competitive advantage from a third-party software. You place a drop marker on the map and then it tells you where to drop and what angle to drop. It's very technical, but it basically gives you the best drop possible. Fortnite Competitive responded, and I quote, "We'll be updating this to reinforce that these devices, programs, and methods are prohibited if they have any access to the real-time state of the game being played, e.g. through memory, screen recording, screenshots, audio, etc. This will include overlays that feed real-time screen information from the Fortnite client to competitive advantage analysis tools, whereas things like informational web pages that don't access the current game state are okay. Given the confusion of this, disqualification of these players was a mistake, and the DQs will be removed from their record. The bad news, due to the tournament timing, the lobbies are now full for this event, and it's too late for them to continue in the current tournament. All future use of these tools is banned if the tools have access to game state." Now, obviously, a lot of people are very, very angry about this, and Fortnite Competitive responded after everyone was saying hashtag restart Grands, including in their chat, "We aren't going to reset FNCS Major 1. It's too far along with the current participants. Reload Elite Series starts next Friday with finals May 17th. I think this is absolutely crazy. I'll just say this right here and right now. I do think that they should have restarted Grand Finals, because if you say that you're going to reverse their bans and then just allow them not to play in one of the biggest tournaments of the year, it's really messed up. And the people that qualified were just the runner-ups of those in the qualifiers. Now, a lot of people have been talking about potential legal action, which I don't think will happen. And if anyone tried to sue Fortnite over this, they would instantly lose, mainly because in their terms of service, it says it is a bannable offense to be using a third-party service that grants you a competitive advantage. But some of the biggest pros, including the Fortnite World Cup winner, Booga, was unable to play in FNCS Major 1, and he had to say this right after Fortnite tweeted this.
Yeah, due to the tournament timing, the lobbies are now full for this event. It's too late for them to continue in the current tournament. Actual fucking joke, dude. You guys are a joke of a company. Holy
Dude, oh, what if they're like
disgusting. I don't give a fuck if they're listening. You are a joke, man. It's fucking unreal. Like, on God it is. Thank God I made it in the shitty game already, bro. Or I'd be fucking crashing. Like, actually, though.
Yo, why are you?
Thanks for the money, fuckers. Holy shit, man. This game, dude. Joke.
Safe to say he was pretty angry, and honestly, I would be too. He was also not banned the day prior. He was banned the exact same day, actually an hour before the tournament had started. So it seems like the Epic Games just made this rapid decision that Fortnite should reverse the bans, and it was like within an hour and a half, 2 hours, that they came to the conclusion. It makes utterly no sense to me at all, and honestly, the entirety of Fortnite Competitive is like a headless chicken running around. Either they have new people coordinating the Fortnite competitive team, or the current people that are doing it are trying to replace and fill in the employees that were fired. So it's just half of it's missing from what we needed, including the media team and also the reviewers of the games. But overall, this is just a really bad situation and a really bad look for Fortnite. But something even bigger that many people have been talking about is that these bans are possibly rigged as well. I've seen a few tweets saying that the owner of the third-party overlay that got multiple teams banned from FNCS said that Clix and Higgs both have the software on their computer, which honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if they had it on their PC. But the duos that were disqualified, which are 5 total, are obviously Booga and Craze, Yamzo and Josh Riley, Rise and Curly, Golden and Ozone, and Shadow and Virgo. But honestly, I think that those are the only 5 teams that they caught using the software. But I do think there are some in FNCS not currently using it in Grand Finals, but some that were using it and still were able to make it to the majors. That's why so many people are angry, is because these individuals were outed, and it's possible that many more could be using this. And personally, I think it's insane that Fortnite decided to tweet this during the NAC tournament, because that's where majority of the players got banned. They should have announced this either tomorrow or the next day. Why would you announce it during the tournament? Because it also made it very awkward for the casters as well. I noticed a very big mood shift whenever they were on camera. camera, and it wasn't like they were nervous, but they were like, oh my gosh, like people are not happy sort of thing. I mean, I guess this is what you get for laying off so many employees, but even past pros like Stable Ronaldo decided to respond to this as well. And I think Fortnite is really starting to lose the plot here. I mean, they're focusing a lot on collaborations and putting their time towards that whenever competitive is the biggest thing in Fortnite right now, and it's what keeps their game tied together. In my opinion, I think the best thing that Epic Games can do to resolve this issue is either pay out individually each of the people that were disqualified, which I don't think is the best thing to do, or have them all compete in like a wrongfully disqualification land, because it would bring a lot more viewers, and honestly it would be pretty entertaining. Also, reiterating back to one of the tweets, we aren't going to reset FNCS Major 1. It's too far along with the current participants. Reload Elite Series starts next Friday with finals May 17th. The other reason all these pros are so angry is because the tournament that was today paid out $50,000 to the #1 team, and then the Elite Reload Series only pays out $10,000. So it's 5 times more for this FNCS Major 1, which also qualifies you to a LAN, and instead they say, oh, you can just go and play the Reload Elite Series. Yeah, that's a big problem, because this is taking away not only tens of thousands of dollars of their competitive earnings, but also if they were streaming it on Twitch, the amount of viewers that they would have would be outrageous, and they'd be making so much money on ads. So potentially they could be losing even hundreds of thousands of dollars by not playing in this FNCS. Now let's move over to the first day leaderboard, which is Acorn and Bolts at first, Cold and Rapid at second, Agers and Ritual at third, and the most wins out of the day 1 leaderboard is Clicks and Higgs with 2 wins total. However, they are 7th place with only a 1.83 average elims. Peterbot and Pollo are right above them with a 4.5 average elims. Not the highest on there, but if they do really well in day 2, they could possibly place really high and maybe even win it all again. But overall, I think the situation is just really dumb, and in my opinion, I think the Epic Games should have handled this differently, because when it comes down to a prize pool, you have to know when to post things and also how to word it, because whoever posted this tweet did not word it well. I guess the biggest moral of the story is just don't try and cut corners, and don't try and get a third-party competitive advantage, because you will end up getting caught. Anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments below, who do you think is going to win FNCS this year? And also, do you think that these bans are rigged as well? And is it possible that there are more people using this drop calculator than we think? Make sure to sub to the channel, use code TRICKIES in the Fortnite item shop, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.